Welcome to my channel, Sandy Tarot. It is time to do another pick a card reading. I do one every once in a while, at least every 2 weeks, so that there's a fresh one out there all the time. You guys have new questions all the time, and they're just wildly popular, so I try to keep a fresh one out there. So the pick a card readings, most of you know the drill. I will put the camera down, and there will be several piles out here, and you will choose which pile you think is going to be answering your question that can be answered with a yes or no. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. It's totally free to subscribe to any YouTube channel, and all you have to do is hit that red button down there below somewhere. It should say subscribe in red. Just hit that and then click that bell, and you'll be notified when I upload a new video. If you do like this particular video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and it helps me know if I'm on the right track or not. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down, and we'll go ahead and get started with this week's yes or no pick a card reading. I'll go through how to choose the pile. But if you already have your favorite way of choosing the pile, go ahead and do that. I'll put the timestamps in the description box below, and you can go directly to your reading. Okay, we'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. So these are going to be your options for the yes or no pick a card today. Again, I have numbers on them, so that makes it real easy. Start from 1 over here and go to 4 on pile 1. We have a Malachite. On pile 2, a Citrine. On pile 3, Amethyst. On pile 4, a Sodalite. So if you know the drill, you can just go ahead and choose your pile, and then there'll be timestamps in the description box below. You can use those timestamps to go directly to your reading if you've never done a pick a card reading before. So this is kind of how it's done. Generally speaking, you want to pick pretty intuitively. If you just have a favorite number that's like your number, you can choose that. You can choose based on the stone that is on the piles here, whatever is speaking to you. You can choose, some people choose based on the timestamps. They like the synchronicities that they find in the numbers. If you don't really know how to choose or what your favorite way to choose is, I would suggest that you kind of close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And then whenever you open your eyes, whichever pile you're drawn to, then that is the one I would go with. However you choose is the right way for you, and don't think that you're going to make the wrong decision, because you're not. It should just be really kind of intuitive. If you don't know at all, and this is you're brand new to pick a card readings, you can go through them all, listen to them all, and then the one that resonates with you, you can pick that one. Okay, so what we will find in the cards, hopefully, is a clear yes or a clear no, but sometimes it is a very clear maybe. It does happen that way sometimes. I think that you know, decisions are not always just cut and dried and that easy. There are things to consider. I will give you the yes or no first, and then there's usually another message. There's a longer message in the cards. It kind of tells a little bit of a story. So if you just want to find out if the answer to your question is yes or no, you'll know that up front, and then I will read the cards, and you can stick around for the story or not, however you choose. Okay, so again, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make your decision, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 1 did have the green malachite on it. I'll just pull all these out at the same time toward the end. I might get some oracle cards, but we're just going to go with the tarot for right now and see what we come up with here, if it's a yes or a no. We have the 3 of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the 2 of Pentacles. For the Druid Craft Tarot, this is just further clarification from tarot is what I wanted with these. And I sometimes the pictures are different enough that they will add something to the message. You got the Prince of Pentacles and Rebirth, which in the Rider-Waite tarot would be Judgment. The princes in this Druid craft tarot would equate to the knights in Rider-Waite. So again, you get a little different messages with these cards, so that's why I chose to use them to add a little bit to the message. So, is this a yes or no? I think we've got a very clear maybe here, and this card almost always says maybe to me. You don't know, you're kind of juggling. A lot has to be weighed in this decision that you're trying to make. You're trying to maintain your equilibrium here and maintain some balance. Got another couple of cards that tell me something needs to happen before the decision can be made. The Hanged Man is the card of suspended animation. It's an adult timeout. It's where you suspend activity. You don't do anything for a while. Sometimes this can go on for a long time. I feel like in 2020, everybody felt like, and even into early 2021, we're still in pandemic mode. So I feel like there is a lot of suspended animation throughout the world. Time does kind of seem to be standing still in some parts of the world. So sometimes this is self-imposed, like you take a time out from activity to look at things from a different perspective. Sometimes this is imposed by the divine. It's like, okay, you need to stop, take a time out, and look at things from a different perspective. If you notice this light coming down here at the end of his head, that means by doing this, by taking this time out and looking at things differently, you come up with the bright idea, or the answers come to you. So that's what the Hangman is pretty much about. Well, down here with the Rebirth, which again would be Judgment in the Rider-Waite, it is a coming back to life after a little bit of stagnation. So to get this, it is major arcana. It's movement. It's like, okay, things are opening up again. So it is movement. Got the rabbit there. Really, really indicates springtime, this card. Rebirth. Coming out of the tomb, almost like, the Jesus story where he comes out of the tomb and he rises again in the spring, at Easter, or whatever. It is a little bit like that story. So, to me, this is a maybe, and it's almost like a wait and see kind of situation. We're going to have to wait and see, and I think the answer comes more along the springtime, late March to early May. I think that's when you are able to make the decision. Maybe when you have all the information that you need to make the decision, or maybe when you've analyzed it enough, or you've gathered enough information. Because this is a card of definitely looking out on the world. It comes after the Two of Wands, which is prospecting, looking out on the world and deciding which way you want to go and what you want to do. The Three of Wands is taking up one of those rods, making a decision and moving forward with it. The Prince of Pentacles, so this would kind of be, Pentacles are earthly things, food, clothing, shelter. The Princes, always on a horse, always coming, always movement, always bringing something into your life. So this does indicate, for some of you, at least, you were asking about some kind of financial situation. Maybe you want to move someplace. Maybe you want to get a new job far away. Maybe you want to get a house far away. Maybe you want to travel. Something monetarily, something earthly, something on the earth plane. So the Prince of Pentacles, though, is slow-moving energy. So that kind of indicates that this is like, it's a maybe for right now, and we won't know really until the springtime whether this becomes a yes or a no. You got two cards. It's got water here, travel over water, money. See, this is balancing money too. Juggling the pentacles, not knowing if you have the money. Robbing Paul to pay Peter kind of thing. I just keep going back to how similar this looks with the boats here in the water. It's just too iffy right now, is what I'm getting. It's just, and I do feel like it's movement of some kind for some people. Maybe not permanent movement. Maybe a trip that you planned or wanted to plan over water. That's just it. It's just a maybe. We don't know. And we won't know until early spring. The time is standing still, and this is slow moving energy. So I do feel like, that what you want is coming to you. But I do feel like you got a bit to go. I feel like it's not yet. That's the answer. It's maybe. It's maybe. It's not even yes or no. But it's mostly we don't have enough information to know right now. Maybe ask again in the springtime. End of March, beginning of May. Things will be much more clearer then. In the meantime, hang out, relax, look at things from a different perspective, do your due diligence, do your homework, and maybe the idea will come to you to move this from a maybe to a yes. Okay. Let's pull a couple of cards. I don't think there's anything else to say about that. I think that's pretty clear that is what that message is. But let's see if we can get some advice from the angels and ancestors on this, on how to handle this situation. What final words of wisdom or advice do you have for pile one? Words of wisdom or advice for pile one. What do you got for us? Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. And what does, from Sacred Traveler, what does pile one need to do? If anything, what action do they need to take? What do they need to do? If anything. Rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present. Something about water. I kept getting this water message here. Clear the past, heal the present. Maybe that is the reason for this time out. You need to do some healing before you can move forward with this situation. This is actually saying getting in water might be able to help you with clearing the past and healing the present. Take a swim, getting a cold shower. You know how that is after you come in from the beach or from your workout. That cold shower it really just wipes it all off, and it's more an emotional cleansing really than, I mean, it's good to get the dirt off too, but still, it's water. There's some connection to water. It has something to do with your emotions. So I feel like maybe this time out is so that you can get clear about how you feel about this situation and this move or this forward movement or this thing that is trying to birth inside of you. It's gestating, right? But you're not entirely sure how you feel about it. Once you get clear on that, then you move forward. So that's what this timeout for you is all about. It's helping you get in touch with your emotions and how you feel about this plan. That's why it's a maybe. Maybe there's some anchor holding you back to the past. This is saying clear all that up, then find out how you feel about moving forward. But use this time. The answers will come in the solitude, in the maybe meditating or looking at things, just turning it upside down, looking at things from a different perspective. Definitely something about water. Do you live there near the beach? If you do, go to the beach. Get that soul cleansing, fresh air, fresh ocean breezes, and the actual water itself. The sand beneath your toes. If not, go to a river. You can even go to a swimming pool, and water is just very cleansing. It has a way of making things very clear. Okay, that's all I have for pile 1. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your yes or no pick a card reading this time, these are going to be your messages. And pile 2 did have the citrine on it. Cool. It's the happiest of all stones. So we're going to look in the tarot real quick to see what kind of messages we get and if we can get a clear yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe. I will tell you that. So, and in the end we will do some oracle too, but let's just see what we can find out here. Got the Magician, the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and for the Druid Craft Tarot, the Chariot, and the Wheel. This is a definite yes, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Well, let's start here first, actually, because the wheel is kind of the most interesting thing going on here, or one of the most interesting things going on here. The wheel means that a new cycle is beginning. It's time for the wheel to turn forward. The wheel is always turning, but when you get the wheel in your reading, that means the wheel is turning in your favor. Fortune is shining upon you. Tens are endings and beginnings at the same time. So it does mean that one cycle is ending, another is beginning. And what is this is yes to is kind of whatever you want, because you got the 9 of Cups, and this is the wish fulfillment card. So whatever wish you have put out there to the universe, it is actually absolutely coming to you, and you're doing it. You are personally pulling it. This is the Magician. You're personally pulling it down from the sky to the earth. You're making it be so. And you have all of the tools that you need here to make it be so. There's new energy right now around your question and what it is that you want. The 8 of Wands is always new energy, new vitality coming in, and an absolute abundance of it. It is coming into you very swiftly. So there is a message with the 8 of Wands. It can be like new ideas coming at you, or seeing new ways to get what you want, or whatever it is, or tons of offers. Like if you're out applying for jobs or whatever, you just got tons of offers coming into you. So the message of the 8 of Wands is you got to pick one, take one up, pick one and run with it kind of thing. It's a use it or lose it. Okay, and then the last card you have down here is the Chariot, Major Arcana for Cancer. It is, again, very fast-moving energy. It is, though, however, balancing opposing forces to move in the direction of your desire. Fierce determination on this woman's face. She is moving forward in the direction of that which is wanted. Notice she's got the wheel right here on her belt. There's a wheel. There's a wheel. Yeah. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. You're moving on. And sorry about that. You're moving on through will and strength, will and determination. Again, there's some opposing forces that you are balancing to get whatever it is that you want, but you have all of the tools necessary to make it happen. This can indicate travel, if that's part of your question or part of this equation. But those opposing forces can be anything. It can be balancing work and family. It's got a yin and yang principle to it, so female, male. And that can be internal, like you have that struggle within you, some struggle within you that you're having to kind of balance to be able to move forward with tremendous focus on what it is that you want. And that's the only thing that you should be focusing on at this time. It's happening for you right now. So this is a definite yes. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just whatever it is that you desire, it is happening. Okay, what final words of wisdom do you have for pile 2? This is from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. What words of wisdom for pile 2? Pile 2, words of wisdom. Hermit, retreat and recharge. That is interesting. And then the last thing I want to know is what does pile 2 need to do, if anything? What does pile 2 need to do, if anything? What action does pile 2 need to take? Pile 2. Stay focused, hold the course. That goes along with this right here. Yeah, you are determined to get what you want, and you are absolutely going to get what you want because, first of all, you're extremely focused on it. Secondly, you have all of the tools necessary to make it happen. Thirdly, you just desire it so much. It's so what you want. And then you've got all the energy and vitality that you need to make it happen. So this is saying, do that, keep doing that, stay the course, hold on, stay focused. It's happening. It's happening because you want it so much. But there is a little bit of a message here of every once in a while. This is a lot of energy. This is a lot of action. This is a lot of, again, willpower, determination, strength, do, action. This is saying if you need to, don't be afraid to take some time out and recharge. You will still get this. This is still here for you. You're going to make it happen. But every once in a while, you just need to take a break. You need to rest. You need to take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating right. You need to be healthy if you're going to reach big goals like this. You've got some big goals here. If you're going to do that, you're going to need to make sure you're healthy and ready to move when action is required. Okay, that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 3 did have the amethyst on it, the color of February, so that's cool since we're still in February. So I'm going to take a look at these tarot cards real quick, see if we can get a definitive yes or no, although sometimes it is a maybe. We've got the 5 of Cups, the Full card, and the Ace of Wands. For just additional tarot messages, I picked a couple of Druid Craft tarot because they have different images on it, and it kind of sparks different ideas. You got the Princess of Cups and the Lover's card. Okay. This is a yes. This is a definite yes. You got these cards are really cool here. Okay, so the Fool where to go? The Fool card is taking a leap of faith and jumping out into the unknown, going down a path that you don't know anything about. You're not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's exciting. It's a new adventure, and you're prepared for it, and you're ready for it. It's something fun, okay? The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's actually, the meaning for the card is actually a new life. So you, the answer is yes, you get something in the way, something's coming to you in the way of a new life, a new beginning is happening for you. There's creative energy for it. You have creative ideas for it. It is something that is being offered to you. And if you notice, this has got a hand from God. This is a new beginning on offer for you from the divine. So, yeah, it's a yes. It's a big yes. Okay, let's talk about what else is going on here. I don't think it's just one yes. I think it's two yeses, because you got the Lovers card here, which means a decision is going to have to be made in love, and it's a choice. Now, that can be between anything that you love. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a decision between a lover and something else, a decision between two things that you love, a decision between two people that you love. There's some choice that has to be made, and it has something to do with love. And there's a little bit of advice here on which direction to go in. I love that deer standing back there, just watching. It's just nature happening. Okay, so the Five of Cups is a card of mourning. So this indicates to me that this is kind of where you've been, and you are moving away from that. There has been, you've suffered some losses for sure. And though you might have spent a little bit of time focusing on that which is lost, you have been able to turn around, see what's left, and move forward with what has been left, because that's what's coming to you, is a new life. But you've turned your focus from the things that have been lost to what is left to work from. What do you want now? There is some love there that is left to work from. So this Princess of Cups is like the Page of Cups in the Rider-Waite tarot. And the Page of Cups is usually a younger person who is emotional, very loving, very kind person, wears their heart out on their sleeve a little bit. Page of Cups is also a gentle reminder that life can't be all drudgery. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of fun too. So with this cup, this is a little bit of a different rendition here in the Druid Craft Tarot. It doesn't look exactly the same as the Rider-Waite, and they're not supposed to. They're not intended to. She has her eyes closed. This tells me, okay, so the cups are associated with water signs, and the Princess of Cup would actually be associated with Pisces, which is a water sign, and very intuitive kind of thing. If you notice, she has her eyes closed, and she is almost meditating on that cup there that she has in her hand. So what this tells me is you have more than one yes coming up. Let's just take, for example, it's something that brings you to a new way of life. So let's take, for example, a job, like you have applied for several jobs. Well, it looks like you're getting a yes from more than one place. So what is on offer for you is a new life, and that comes from whichever choice that you make. But what I feel like this advice is telling you is to follow your heart kind of intuitively. What is your heart saying? What makes your heart sing? that is the choice that you want to make when you get both of these phone calls about the new job. Now, it doesn't have to be two jobs. You're being offered two jobs. It could be other situations where you've struggled a little bit, can't really find the path in what you really want, and you have done the work to turn that around, to look at what might be left to work from, and you've done some work. You've put it out there. You've put yourself out there, or you at least have put the desire out to the universe to say, I want to move forward. I want this. I want a new adventure. Could be a new adventure for some of you, because wands are definitely all about adventure. This says adventure to me. It could be something in the way of travel. Okay, and then I also have to say, with this Princess of Cups here and the Lover's card here, it could be a romance. It could be that you're asking about a romantic relationship that's coming to you, and the answer is yes, but it's more than one. It's not just one. You're going to have to make a choice, or you have to make a choice between someone you love and something else, an adventure and romance, or two adventures that you would absolutely love both of them, or two jobs that you would love both of them. It's that kind of thing. There's a choice here. It's going to be different for all of you, but this is very good. This is very positive. Things are moving forward. It's not just a yes from the universe. It's a yes, yes. The universe has your back, and it's going to give you plenty of options right now. You deserve it. Okay, to finish this up, I'm going to get some final words of wisdom from the Angels and Ancestors cards here. All right, what final words of wisdom do you have for pile threes on this? Yes, definitely. Yes, yes. Pick a card answer. Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. And then the last card I want to get is from the Sacred Traveler. What action does pile three need to take? What do they need to do, if anything? What action does pile three need to take? What do they need to do, if anything? I got a couple things going on there. I don't know, that didn't feel right. I'm going to do that again. I hate it when that happens. It's like, not sure here. Okay, so pile three, what action do they need to take? What do they need to do, if anything? Impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. Okay. So that's interesting coming up with this. Again, the reflection comes from having a choice. You are faced with a dilemma. You have a choice between two things that you love, or something that you love and something else, which means you are at an impasse. This kind of reminds me of the Two of Swords. She kind of looks a little like the Two of Swords here, where it says, actually, the message of the card is you're at an impasse, but you need to make a decision. So, and then also this surround yourself with protective energy. This kind of, to me, doesn't necessarily mean like Archangel Michael protection. I'm really getting meditating for you guys, and I'm getting meditating on that which you love. It's that. You are going to have a decision to make, and you're going to need to go within and reflect on how you feel about each one of the choices that you have. It's that thing. And then also when this says protect yourself, I'm getting it. Protect yourself with loving energy around you. You can do that, as I said, through meditation. You can just surround yourself with people that you know love you and want what is best for you. But I think mostly what this is saying is this decision has to come out of love. That's where you need to go with this. You follow your heart, which is always good advice, but I feel like it's particularly important in this particular situation. It's like, what is your heart telling you here? Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. It feels a little bit unfinished to me, but this is a general reading, and so you know that it is yes, and there's going to be, it's more than one yes, and there's going to be a decision involved, and just try to meditate if you can. I know it's not easy for everybody. It's not easy for me. It's so hard for me to quiet my mind like that. Yoga helps me a little bit, but do what you need to do to quiet your mind and find, for each of the choices that you have, get real intuitive about how you feel about it. Go to that emotional level. And surround yourself with love. Okay, that's all I have for pile 3s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 4 for the yes or no pick a card reading this week, these are going to be your messages. And pile 4 did have the Sodalite on it. I haven't used that in a while. That's the stone that's like the cosmos and the heavens. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the tarot real quick and see if I can find a yes or no, a definitive yes or no. Sometimes it's a maybe. You got the 7 of Cups, the Tower, and the Page of Swords. For the Druid Craft Tarot, this is just for further clarification, and the images are different, so it gives you different messages sometimes. You got the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. Okay, this is a no. It is a no because there's too much confusion. There's too much clarity. There's too much there's no clarity. There's too much. You can't get clear. So that's indicated by the 7 of Cups here. This is kind of like a pie in the sky, daydreaming about so many options. You can't get clear on which one it is that you want. The 7 of Pentacles is a card about being at a place of stopping, like you've been working really hard on something, but you've reached a natural place to stop in the process and take a look and see if you want to continue down the path that you've been going down. You got the Page of Swords over here. If this is the minor arcana for Taurus. Taurus is all about the throat chakra and clarity, voicing your thoughts clearly. And I don't know why I've never said that with that card before, but it's true. And I don't know why that's coming through. I'll just talk through it and we'll see where we get in the end. And then the 4 of Swords is a card of stopping. It's rest. It's can be a card of self-care, like you need to take a time out. But swords are kind of tough energy. They're not like happy-go-lucky. But it is a time of no, don't move, stagnation kind of thing. And then in the middle of this, in the middle of all this, you got the Tower, which is something swiftly changing. And basically at its core, it is a card of what you have been working on here kind of being struck down. And this comes from the hand of God, absolutely. And it is being struck down because the foundation is not good. It's not a good foundation. And I think that's kind of where you guys are at. This is a no. It's whatever you've been working on. There's no go ahead on this. It's like stop. It's stop. Either you cut it out or it's cut out for you. Either way, I'm so curious about what this is that's going on, and it's going to be different for all of you. There's just too much confusion around it. It's not, the foundation's not good. Whatever it is you're asking about, and there's not any clear indication here what it is. Could be a finance situation, a work situation that you've been working on that's not gonna work out. Could be, you got cups here, so it could be like a lot of dating going on, not having one relationship but dating several people. Could be some of you were asking about a pregnancy. This can sometimes indicate a surprise person or a surprise pregnancy. This is saying no on that for right now. But mostly I'm getting, there's something that you need to cut out of your life, and if you don't do it yourself, it's going to be done for you. Whatever this is that you've been working on and pipe dreaming about, it needs to go away, because it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. That's all there is to it. It's not going to work. And you don't want it to, because the foundation's not good. Remember, this is always a good card. When God strikes something down that you've been working toward for a long time, this is always a blessing. Now, it's usually a blessing in disguise, because for your world to be disrupted like this so abruptly, it's not always easy energy, but when you look back on it, you always think, oh my God, that guy just jilted me and left me at the altar, and I was absolutely devastated at the time. But you know what? Looking back on it, after I've gone through all the, pain and suffering and healing process, he really did me a favor. It's that kind of thing. So while this might not be fun energy to deal with, it happens in all of our lives at one time or another. And I think you're being looked out after. God's looking out after you over this situation. And here's another thing too. Don't forget, you have the option to cut it out yourself. Either you cut it out, or it's going to be cut out for you. That's what I'm picking up there. Okay. Just final words of wisdom from our angels and ancestors. What final words of wisdom do you have for pile 4s here? What words of wisdom do you have for pile 4s? Wisdom for pile 4s. Wise one, grow within your current situation. And then from the angels, or from the sacred traveler, I want to know if there's anything that you need to do or any action that you need to take. What action does pile 4 need to take, if any? What they need to do? Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Okay, so this is, again, as I said, tough energy. This is kind of indicated with these cards here. It's kind of indicated here. Again, there's some learning here to be done. There's a lesson to be learned here. When something is taken away from you suddenly, like I said, it's not always easy energy. But if you can get past it and get to the healing process, and when you look back, you say, well, yeah, that was rough. However, it was for the best. As you're going through this, there's growth here. You're going to be learning something here. There's always those lessons that we have to learn in our lives. It's okay, and it's going to be okay, but you're going to be a little bit in the dark for a while. This reminds me of the moon card in the Rider-Waite. You're just going to have to take one step at a time and use your intuition to navigate the path ahead. And when you wake up in the morning light, you will see that you are in the right place. Just take it slowly and take care of yourself as you're going through this process. That would be my best advice for this. Keep moving forward. You are on, this lesson was intended. It's something that you needed to learn, or you're learning something inside of this situation. And also, when you get the wise one like that, that doesn't mean that you're learning it for you, for your soul, so that you can grow spiritually and emotionally, but it's also so that you can help other people who come behind you. So I don't know how old you are. You may be very young. It may not be a lesson that you can share with other people today or tomorrow or maybe even next week or next year, but at one time in your life, you will be called upon to share this situation with someone to help them as well, to help them grow. You will have become the wise person, and then you use your wisdom to help them. I'm going to leave that there for pile fours. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.